Airstrikes covering. I'm Stephen Benoon. You're watching Israeli News Live. Tensions are certainly heating up between Israel and Gaza this evening after a missile from Gaza struck a home inside of Israeli territory. Israel has responded already with airstrikes on Hamas targets inside of the Gaza Strip there. And of course, the Hamas had been reporting about a week ago that they were anticipating an uptick in violence or an uptick of a possible invasion by the Israeli military inside of their own territory. Of course, trying to build up recognition for the humanitarian crisis that they have been facing as a result, using this as the opportunity while Israel was preparing for drills there. Now, Israel did not do an invasion as Hamas claimed that they were planning on doing, but after this home was struck inside of Israel with a rocket from Gaza, that did cause Israel to retaliate. But it's not the only problem that Israel is facing right now. With war with Gaza, Israel is also facing a very serious situation on the front with Iran and that of Hezbollah. According to Yahoo News, Israel prepares to take on Iran and Hezbollah. The recent military clashes between Israeli, Iranian, and Syrian forces have injected new volatility into an already explosive Middle East, according to the report right here. And as we know, the Iranians are not planning on moving out of Syria whatsoever. Now, according to what we were hearing from President Putin, speaking to the Iranians, is he said that in the long run, it would be better that they are nowhere near the Golan, that they would back up for the sake of rebuilding of Syria and for the contracts that could be awarded to Iranian builders as well as part of the rebuilding construction effort inside of Syria. That would keep an Iranian presence in Syria, but it seems whether or not that was going to be honored by the Iranians or not, I'm not sure, but there is a great concern for Israel that Iran is smuggling guided weapons over to Hezbollah inside of Lebanon, and that, of course, is something that Netanyahu is not going to stand still for, but has been preparing very steadily for a confrontation with Iran and as well with Lebanon. And of course, that may also entail the Syrian military, who has been weakened by this 7-year ordeal of war. But the problem comes in is Russia is embedded very deeply all through Syria with many different of the Syrian military that is fighting in there, both private contractors from the Wagner Group as well as regular Russian soldiers that are working there. They have military bases there. The United States has military bases. This is certainly a powder keg that could easily explode and get completely out of hand. And then on top of that, we have more things happening as we jump over here to Mikhail D. On his particular Twitter page here. He's always sharing some very interesting information. Donetsk region, he's posting up Newsfront. This is a Eastern Ukrainian news footage here showing that the Ukrainians have been preparing with their brand new tanks that they have received into there. The motorized rifles and tanks units in Donetsk People's Republic underwent training. They are getting ready, and it's not just that they're getting ready because the Ukrainians themselves have really been building up some major offensive, getting ready to strike this region here. So if they don't do something, they're going to be crushed to the ground. The United States is sending in hundreds of millions of dollars worth of aid in order for the military to be able to crush the eastern part of Ukraine and even take that back of Crimea. So that's another hot spot. And then, of course, a few days ago, Michael also had shared some things. We shared a couple of these with you, but I want to go back to Michael's page here and show you some of the things that he had reported on them, because I think it's very noteworthy. Once again, on the 15th of February, Russian crews of the Su-24 and Su-34 bombers of the Eastern MD practice in flight refueling over Khabarovsk Krai in an altitude of 3,000, 5,000 meters. They were practicing the refueling. We saw also that the Yars thermonuclear armed interballistic missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles, autonomous launchers of the Taikova missile formation, changing field positions from Tver region, western Russia, over to the eastern part of Russia. Certainly something is definitely going on. Then we have here, Michael was sharing this particular video here of an anti-submarine ship that Russian anti-submarine ship there in the Sea of Japan practicing with live fire drills. And then, of course, we have the Su-35S Su-30M2 multi-role fighter jets have been conducting recon flights. That's actually over Primorskaya, is over the Vladivostok region there, right on the northern border of North Korea there. What is Russia doing? It seems like Russia, much like that of China, is expecting something to happen after these Winter Olympics are over, and they're not playing around, they're not playing games. Israel also getting ready on the front with Syria. Possibly a war besides Gaza, but as we see here on Yahoo News, preparing for Iran, Lebanon, even Syria, we're about to hit an all-out third world war. I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live. Be updating you with more information. Going to be doing our special report. Hopefully we can do that tomorrow. I will start preparing for that tonight. I think it's going to be a blessing to you. Those of you that, if you've ever seen the movie Defiance, I encourage you to watch it. It's actually on Netflix right now. Watch the movie Defiance. It is a Holocaust film there about the Bielski family. I happen to know the Bielski family personally, and wrote my second book, Yam Suf, about the events surrounding that and the prophetic impact it had. And I'm going to be doing an in-depth look at that I know will be a blessing. We're going to be talking about the real Red Sea crossing, where the children of Israel actually crossed the Red Sea. It'll be very interesting, no doubt, for you. I was given permission by Ron Wyatt's wife, Mary Lou Wyatt, who allowed me to use, actually Mary Lou Wyatt Neal, allowed me to use the photo, first time it had ever been granted permission, of the chariot wheel that was discovered there at the Gulf of Aqaba. And I know all of this will certainly be a blessing for you. And I'll be showing you one of the discoveries that I actually made there that had not been made before. I'm Stephen Ben-Nun with Israeli News Live. Shalom, my friends. When it's a world of Ein Shalom, there is no peace.